Welcome back to Action Potential. We've been talking for a little bit now about gaze stability, right? Basically, can my eyes lock onto a target and stay rock steady while I maybe move my head, or my head is in a different plane than my eyes? This is important again because when we talk about balance, which usually is messed up after concussions or even long bouts of your head in a different position, whether you fell asleep all wonky and so your neck isn't telling you the right information, or I've been staring at a screen all day because now I'm looking at something that's, really close to my face and so my depth perception is a little off. This gaze stability can be a really big impactor to our overall balance and even headaches and things like that, eye strain. So what we're going to do is we're going to be talking today about using the linear or that line diagram in our gaze stability. You can find this in the description. There's that and the Cartesian Cross that we've been using before. You can go ahead and download that in the little comment section. And so we're going to talk about why we would use this versus that Cartesian Cross. For most people, I usually just give the cross to start off, especially if I haven't assessed them properly, because you're gonna be working in relatively neutral ranges and getting kind of your generic bang for your buck, which is awesome. But when working with patients, sometimes we can be working in different angles and planes based off of their presentation, right? So in this case, I'm going to be working with the line horizontally, and we see this a decent amount of time with individuals that may have gotten into car accidents with the head turned one way or the other, right? And we have this rotational kind of injury, or just in general, they may have some sort of imbalance in their inner ears, and so the world seems like it's spinning one way or the other. Realistically, again, you should be working with a professional when it comes to any sort of vestibular therapy or gaze stability therapy, but for those individuals that have found this because they were recommended by their doctors and this is the video that they found, or you're a health self-seeker, right? This is going to be our horizontal plane gaze stability exercise. Still, same with all gaze stability exercises. I have my center dot, eye level, arms distance away. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to be using saccades, which are our fast eye movements, to basically work down our line while I'm still doing my gaze stability. So depending on, again, if we have a horizontal, i.e. kind of that no-no plane issue, or vertical, that yes, I'm doing more no-nos versus yes-yeses. Again, talk to your practitioner. If you don't know, do the same amounts of no's as you do the same amount of yeses. And again, that fatigue point, 60% of your max fatigue volume. If I fail at 10 reps, I want to do 60% of that, so 6 reps. I'm going to start off on the middle dot, start by just warming up my no-noses and yes-yeses. I'm then going to jump my eyes either to the far left or the far right. Again, if you have not been assessed, it does not matter because we're going to work through both ways. But so in this case, I'm going to say I'm going to jump my eyes all the way to the far left dot. I'll do my no-nos, yes-yeses, relax, breathe, open. I find the dot again. I'll jump to the next one. No-no, yes-yeses, relax, breathe, jump. Then the same thing in the opposite direction to then finish back into the center. Realistically, right, when it comes to these kind of eye movements, saccades are going to be a little more fatiguing as something like a pursuit where if you've been working with a vestibular rehab practitioner, right, they're kind of guiding your eyes over. So you may not make it through all the way if you're working by yourself and you notice, hey, by the time I make it to not even the full way through, I have to stop and it's too much, right? Know that, hey, that your nervous system is not at the point where it can handle all of that. So we may need to work from a more central point outwards, or we may need to work from just one side. Again, that's the beauty of working with a professional that has kind of figured out where are your insufficiencies. But if we're not working a professional, I would shrink that in. So maybe I'm going only 2 dots out and working my way through these middle 5 dots instead of the full 9, okay? But that's in the horizontal. I can do the exact same thing in the vertical plane where I have my center dot, eye level, arms distance away, and I'm gonna do the same thing. Start off on the middle dot, I'll jump up, go down, start down, go up. I can then also do this diagonally. Now, I would not recommend the diagonal variation unless, one, you've been working with a professional and you know exactly which angle you should be operating off of, or two, you have worked through the gaze stability, you know my eyes are locked solid on horizontal vertical plane, and same thing with the Cartesian cross, I can go all around those without any signs and symptoms of fatigue or anything like that. This one's a little tricky because you're gonna have to find the way to keep the dot eye level, arm's distance away, and pin it in a way that the paper doesn't want to fall one way or the other. So this is feeling pretty good to me right here, so I'm gonna pin right in here. So now what I have is I have kind of a 45-degree angle with my eyes going up and left and down and right. This is our LARP plane, LARP being left anterior, so the left anterior vestibular canal brings my eyes up and left, and the right posterior takes my eyes down and left, this LARP plane. I'm gonna do this exact same motion where I have my eyes, no, yes, yeses, jump to the top, no, yes, no, yes, and work my way down. Same thing working the way up. That basically will try to isolate the neurological structures that work on that specific plane of the eye muscles, but also the inner ear. So if you know that you have some sort of rocks in ears causing something like BPPV or a vestibular neuritis where you know that that canal has been affected, what you can do is you can have them set up in the plane associated with that. Again, if you don't know which canals are affected for you, I wouldn't mess around with this. Contact your professional, see what their thought process is on the vestibular rehab, the vision therapy rehab that we've been talking about here. Show them this video and see what they think about it. But this is going to be a really big input into our vestibular system. Now, again, advanced drill is going off of these diagonals, but working off of the horizontal and the vertical are good places to start off to increase your inputs into those vestibular systems. Go ahead and let us know how you guys are doing with those. Let us know if you're having any issues, questions, comments, concerns. We always like to hear from you, and the more that we hear from you, the more that we can give to you.